Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Which former player that started games for the G&G, which I hope you trademark, then left the Packers, had a better second act in a different uniform?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Why are we acting like a player leaving the Packers and having a better career than what they had with the Packers, or being more valuable to the team that they went to than they were to the Packers, as some sort of aberration? It's not uncommon when you account for how most free agency goes. I mean, the reason why the Packers stay out of free agency is because it's a mixed bag. You're usually getting a player that another team has moved on from, whether they say they're not worth the money that they need to be paid by us, or maybe they're not performing the way we think they should do, or they don't fit to the team. So moving on from a player and that player not being successful is not uncommon. I don't think the Packers are rare into this, but that's sure the vibe I got from Mark Tauscher and Jason Wilde earlier today on Wilde and Tausch. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're presented by Coors Light. Mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studios here. And get it to show 844-770-3776. The list, guys, not that hard to come up with. Starting with Davante Adams, who made some news. And I know his career, it just started somewhere else. But Davante Adams was pretty adamant and not wrong that he did not need, and I don't take this as a slight against Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
I think it was a slight against those who said that Davante Adams was dependent on Aaron Rodgers. He didn't need Aaron Rodgers to put up big numbers. So Davante Adams would be example number one. I know it's only one season, but when you catch 100 passes for 1,500 yards and 15 yards per catch, higher than you had your last year in Green Bay, and more touchdowns than you had in your last year in Green Bay with 14, that's a pretty easy, this guy did better, at least initially when he left Green Bay. One more great season, and it was clearly unquestionably it was already a mistake not to sign Davante Adams. The Packers would be in the playoffs last year if they didn't sign Davante Adams.
100% they're in the playoffs there. Davante was Aaron Rodgers' safety blanket. There was a reason he had, 90 to 110 touches a season. When Davante was in his heyday and getting 1,200 yards or better. Like, the guy was a machine, and he probably got a little bit of a stat boost from Rodgers, but not like anything super substantial. He was still going to be a Hall of Fame caliber wide receiver with or without Aaron Rodgers. As long as he didn't have anybody absolutely brutal, I think Davante Adams was still going to be looked at as an elite player.
Another one, again, just 1 year removed, but MVS won a Super Bowl, caught more passes than he ever did in Kansas City than did with the Packers, came 3 yards short of having his career high in yards, and had more high-level touchdowns, too. He had his best season by far as a pro with the Chiefs and was a key contributor and team that won a Super Bowl. Another player who would have been good with the Packers, but more importantly, he has left the Packers and is off to a hot start with a career outside of Green Bay. So I just didn't understand where it was coming from. Now, I'm not saying the Packers are wrong in some of the moves they've made, but to act like the Packers have just always made the right move.
There's Micah Hyde.
Yes, that's an easy one.
Went off, and wasn't there another one like
Casey Hayward?
Hayward, yeah.
Yep. How far back do you want to go? James Lofton was pretty dang good after he left Green Bay. I don't know how far. Bryce Pop went to Buffalo. Darren Sharper, setting aside the off-the-field things, was pretty successful. So I didn't know exactly where it was coming from outside of, assuming J.C. Treader was pretty good with Cleveland for a while. I would say as good, if not better. But it's not like people don't leave Green Bay and have good careers. Terrell Buckley was better in Miami than he was in Green Bay. So I'm guessing this was trying to – but even
everywhere.
Brett Favre, year 2 outside of Green Bay, was pretty dang close to the best quarterback in football that year and carried the Vikings to the NFC Championship game. Then he Brett Favre did.
Jim, you're ignoring the question, though. The question is who had a better second act, right? So, like, MVS's second act has not been better. Devontae's hasn't been. He had one good season elsewhere. That's not to say he won't have a better second act.
I'm not ignoring the question because
who had a better second act?
But I didn't ignore the question. I said they're both off to really good second acts.
Micah Hyde.
You said MVS undeniably has had a better second act.
No, I did not. I said a start. Same with Devontae. I said Devontae Adams already got it. I'm sorry. You can shake your head all you want. He's already got it. That's already an amazing.
He has it. So you would say if Devontae Adams retired tomorrow and was inducted into the Hall of Fame, he should be inducted as a Raider?
That's not the question that was asked.
Sure is.
No,
it was asked who had a better second act. He was a better Packer than he was a Raider
Charles
so far.
Woodson may have been a better Packer than a Raider, but he played more time with the Raiders and was pretty dang close.
Right.
He's a Raider. So there. Thank you. All right.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because we're not talking about Hall of Fame.
What he's saying is Woodson's
Bryce Pop was
second
better.
act was definitely more successful
in
than
Green
his
Bay,
first act, but he's going down
in Oakland.
Hall of Fame as
correct.
A
so like the Hall of Fame
that.
thing, I don't want to have a discussion on because that's silly. Casey Hayward and Micah Hyde are unquestionably there.
I think
Devontae
Jamal Williams
Adams
is too.
MVS are on their way.
Oh yeah,
well on their way. Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
Well, but those other two are well on their way. It doesn't take a lot more, especially MVS. One more good season, he's kind of already surpassed what he did in Green Bay. So
yeah, and I mean, again, it's other players having success elsewhere. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Robert Tonyan has a better year with the Bears this year than he did with the Packers last year.
And I also don't understand the point of it. How far back are we going? Because Goody is a tighter window on this. I guess was this trying to set up that Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be good in New York? And how could there's no way outside of like if Aaron? So under your logic, if Aaron goes out and has a MVP season and loses in the AFC Championship game, he didn't have a better second act? That's hard to do. I mean, that immediately is a disingenuous question because most of the time when a guy leaves, it's towards the back end of their career, which is how I started this segment by saying that free agency inherently you're picking up someone else's scraps. Now, when you're looking at it, Green Bay undeniably made a lot of mistakes. They've signed good players in free agency, but it is at risk. To try to say a full-on second act is wildly disingenuous because it's impossible to do. I mean, Julius Peppers left Carolina, had a great couple of years in Chicago and a good couple of years in Green Bay, and still did not match what he did in Carolina. So that's kind of an impossible standard to set anyways. I would say, and I don't understand the point of it, but to try to set the bar of having a good second act somewhere else, that's almost impossible as a whole. You're trying to make Green Bay and paint it as some sort of like we've never made a mistake, but I would say Green Bay's average with it. They've had some wins and they've had some losses letting players go.
I mean, I'm sure I don't have the knowledge on every single team, obviously, but there's examples everywhere. I mean, the Patriots let Tom Brady finish out his contract.
Yeah, did he have a better second half? I mean,
not better.
Absolutely
because he
not.
More,
but like my point is, it is impossible.
But he did go out and did great.
He
succeeded.
He won. Like he got what he wanted. Devontae Adams won free agency.
Yeah,
he got what he got his money. He got closer to home, and he put up. And he already proved he doesn't need Aaron. And this isn't personal against Aaron Rodgers for Devontae. I know they're friends.
Right.
He didn't need Aaron Rodgers to do it.
To be elite. Right.
And
because there's no denying that Aaron Rodgers most likely would have bumped his stats a little bit, but it doesn't mean that he can't be an elite wide receiver with a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo or Derek Carr last year.
If anything, this argument, which again I don't understand necessarily what they were trying to get at, proves the point of the Packers draft and develop plan is the way to do it. Because I think if you went through the history of the NFL, instead of trying to make this about the Packers, if you just went over the last 20 years of free agency, how many free agents could you see or could you say had a better second half of their career somewhere else? Hell, Reggie White was a Hall of Famer before he got to Green Bay. Go look what he did in Philadelphia.
Right.
But we're still claiming Reggie White here as we should. Right. So Charles Woodson
and calling the Super Bowl.
Yes, was pretty damn good before he got here.
Right.
And then pushed it over the top and then went back over there. So it goes both ways, but I would say it's incredibly rare for a player to leave a team and have a second act somewhere else. So it's not a Green Bay thing, it's an NFL thing. So instead of focusing on that part of it, which I think is purposely disingenuous.
Strophy, Kurt Warner.
There you go. Mark Brunell. I mean, if you want to do it like that, but those are dumb. Like that doesn't.
Right.
So, but those would be the second act
But
players.
that's also why it said
Aaron Brooks,
who were starters, is what the tweet said.
But this is why it is purposely disingenuous or
You're the
obtuse.
one being disingenuous. You're not quoting the question right at all.
No, you quoted it multiple
quote it
times
for me.
Just got done talking with a former teammate, and he asked an interesting question. This is from Mark Teicher's Twitter. Interesting question I'm posing for tomorrow's Wilde and Taus. Which former player that started games for the green and gold, then left the Packers, had a better second act in a different uniform?
Right, and I've addressed that 3 times. My point is this is disingenuous because I would bet in the last 20 years of the NFL that almost never happens.
I bet we could. I mean, we could go to other teams and we can
Really,
do it just
go
fine.
ahead. Start because again, Julius Peppers, who I listed, if you're listening, left Carolina, was a Pro Bowler in Chicago and Green Bay, did not have a better second act than what he had in Carolina.
I agree with that.
So I'm saying it is incredibly rare because
Jared
if a player
Allen,
leaves,
Jared Allen was drafted by the Chiefs and then went on to have his best career.
did he start there?
I think he did.
Maybe.
Maybe. I guess I don't know for certain if he started. I imagine he started, and then he had his best career
So
in
my whole
Minnesota.
point is that the argument is silly because you're talking about a handful of times it's happened ever, let alone with Green Bay.
What's the argument?
The argument of
Yeah.
I don't understand the point of this because
It was just a question.
But my point is it's a bad question because it is rare in the NFL.
As players
It's like
get older, they get worse.
Reggie
so, like,
White
Right.
did not
it's
have
hard
a
to
better
be better.
right.
yeah,
at
nobody's,
any second
nobody's
act.
disagreeing with
But
that.
why is it specific to Green Bay? Like Green Bay's not
Because he was
special
talking
in
to
this.
a former teammate
But-
who played for
but
the Green Bay Packers.
He's presenting it like it's rare because Green Bay's never had to screw up. I would say it's
I think you interpreted it as rare.
really. No, I'm saying he said, "Oh, good question here." I would say in free agency in
Well, I
general,
mean, it's not
Reggie
that
White.
rare.
So to this point, Reggie White did not have a better career when he left Philadelphia.
I guess I don't know how long he was in Philly.
He was a Hall of Famer when he left Philly.
Right.
And then he
And
came
then
to
God told him to come to Green Bay.
right, along with a lot of other things that we probably
And he
disagree
got a
with.
Super Bowl.
He did.
yeah, so
but
like-
he won. He established himself as a football player, Hall of Famer in Philadelphia.
Right.
So my whole point of this is I don't understand what the hell the point of Tauscher's tweet was outside of it's rare in general. Give me the list of guys who leave a team and have a better second act with a different team.
Jay Cutler.
No.
Yeah, his first act was with the Denver Broncos.
But that's not a
Oh.
good. But he wasn't good there. He was not good in Chicago. You would.
he's much better in Chicago than he was in Denver.
Was he though? In Denver, he went to a Pro Bowl as a first-time ballot. I don't think he got to one in Chicago.
He
In
got
his
to an NFC Championship game.
but he would not as the star player. He was viewed as a higher level prospect and a better viewed player in Denver than he was in Chicago. And don't give me that because every Packer fan loves to crap on Jay Cutler.
He had a better second act. It's a fact. He was much better in Chicago than he was in Denver.
Okay, you got one. Now give me more. My point is it's incredibly rare.
I'm just trying to think like upper echelon players off the top of my head.
Right. I mean,
This is my point. It's rare in football in general.
Because there's the two for the Packers that we mentioned, the DBs, Micah Hyde and Casey Hayward.
Jamal, too. I would
Jamal
say we all
Williams.
agree Jamal Williams has been better in Detroit now, and we'll find out in New Orleans than he was in Green Bay.
Right.
But I mean, to your point, I mean, if you're not giving it to Devontae in 1 year, Jamal had one amazing year in Detroit. The year prior, he had 600 yards. Right?
Right, we're giving it to Jamal.
But I'm saying if you're giving it to Jamal, you got to give it to Devontae because Jamal has
Agreed.
2 seasons in Detroit. Alex won't give it to Devontae.
I'll give it to Devontae.
It's only been 1 year. I can't give it to Devontae.
But that's
He's multiple time
And again,
All-Pro
you're
in
proving
Green
my
Bay.
point that this question is inane because
But
it's so rare.
I'm not saying he won't be.
But it's so rare.
Yeah,
Devontae,
I'm not disagreeing with
so
that.
establish it for me. What does Devontae have to do in Vegas to have a better post-Packer career?
Again, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but he was in Green Bay for, let's say, 6 or 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
So if he can play a good 4 years, All-Pro every year, which I assume he was last year, he had a great year last year. If he gets 4 All-Pros, if he makes a good playoff run at some point, I would call that a better career.
Right. Oh, is that all? So my point is, this is such a weird question because you're asking for, the one of ones. Like, you're asking for...
Yeah, I think that was the point of the question. I don't think it was like, oh, we're so much better than everybody else.
But then why are we asking this question specific to Green Bay? Because it should be in the NFL.
I
Because
think
we're
they're
in
trying to make it specific to Green Bay.
Wisconsin.
One, because, they're teammates that played for it. And two, they're trying to, promote, the whole Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers thing that just happened.
Thank you.
They're trying to say
They're
it's
failing
not
at that.
bad.
They're
It's not
failing at that.
bad.
That's my point.
Aaron Rodgers might not have that much gas in the tank. This was okay to move on. That was the point.
And I'll give you this. I'm going to assume Mark Tauscher, radio host, and former Packer player he was talking to had an angle and an agenda with what they were putting out there. Because that's your job as a radio host, to have an angle and an agenda. So the angle and agenda that somehow that players don't leave Green Bay and are successful would be a false narrative. Let's go out to Ed in Madtown. That's what I'm trying to set up. Hey, Ed.
Gentlemen, I just got 3 names off the top of my head. Steve Young, Trent Dilfer, and Deion Sanders. They all went to different teams. They all won Super Bowls.
All right, Trent
Deion
Dilfer,
Sanders obviously won.
We're not going to Super Bowls. Dilfer is not it, man. Dilfer, that guy does not count. He actually might have put up more numbers in Tampa.
All right.
And Deion bounced
Yeah,
around, but
that's
it's
true.
fine. But okay, that's fine. I'll give you that. Quarterback is the one that makes it different. But again, which excludes Green Bay from the conversation, because again, very specific. Because Green Bay let Mark Brunell, Aaron Brooks, and Kurt Warner walk out the door.
You.
So again, a very specific and narrowed argument to what I would assume try to make Green Bay look really good. Because if you assume non-starters, that opens it up, because then someone Green Bay could have just missed on, like Brunell, like Warner, and like Aaron Brooks.
Yeah.
Like, you could just miss on players who are non-starters with your team. You didn't see what they had. And there's no crime in that.
And sometimes players don't fit your schemes.
And my whole point is that this still goes back to maybe Aaron Rodgers' complaint and Brett Favre's complaint. Draft and develop's the way to build a team. Because it is incredibly rare outside of the quarterback position for a player, because everyone's chiming in with quarterbacks. Deion, man, that's tough, because he went Atlanta, but then he went to Dallas and San Francisco, or flipped it. So what he did in Atlanta as a player might have been the most there, because he didn't play a lot for Dallas or for San Francisco. Like, he was kind of a hired gun.
That's crazy, too, because when I think of Deion Sanders, I think of him as a Cowboy.
It's fun. Yeah.
Because, I don't know, that's just like my memory of him. Most prolific in my head is Deion Sanders, the Cowboy. I forgot he even played for San Francisco. I knew he was drafted by Atlanta.
Yeah. And again, what I'm getting at here is that outside of the quarterback position, free agency is always a risk. And Green Bay's been just fine in it. They've let some players go. They've brought some players in. Would you say that Zadarius Smith had a better career since leaving Baltimore than with Baltimore?
That's a good
He was
one.
pretty good in Baltimore, and he had one good year in Green Bay, right? And then
Yeah, two good years in Green Bay.
2 good years.
And then that really weird
broken back year.
Yeah,
Preston Smith, I feel like it's the same in Washington as he was in Green Bay.
pretty comparable, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard. Adrian Amos, more wins in Green Bay, but I think he might have had probably the same type of play. I mean, he was viewed as a good starting safety in Chicago and then in Green Bay. He just had a better team in Green Bay.
Yeah.
But, did he actually play better? I don't know. Oh, Blake Martinez.
Oh, who's the one? He might not have been a starter. I was thinking of the corner that was Rasul Douglas. Wasn't he pulled?
He was never a starter anywhere else.
So again,
Right,
but that
okay.
would again, the start is a
They
weird.
just missed on a
the
guy.
start is a weird asterisk, because to
Yeah.
me, finding the guy like a Douglas is exceptional for Green Bay. And if Green Bay lost a guy like that, which I'm sure they have, Terrell Buckley was better in Miami than he was in Green Bay. He had a better post career. Bryce Pop had a better career outside of Green Bay. James Lofton did too. But my point is, that's the NFL. That's the NFL free agency. All that does is drive home the point that free agency is hard and you really don't want to be in that game. Now,
Yeah.
I have a question as we go to break. 844-770-3776. How long is too long to pay someone for shoes that you picked up? We'll answer that on the other side. It's Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. North and South serves authentic wood-fired barbecue as well as savory seafood for both lunch and dinner. Whether it's North and South in DeForest, Verona, or the west side of Madison, you'll enjoy the best smart casual dining experience in the area. They also have takeout and catering options, so find your way over to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, the official barbecue place of Rutledge and Hamilton. They're online at eatnorthandsouth.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new career opportunity in Dane County? Look no further. Phase Electric is now hiring electricians of all experience levels. Phase Electric provides competitive top pay, 40-hour work weeks, and full benefit packages for both commercial and residential electricians. To learn more, visit phaseelectric.com. That's P-H-A-Z-E electric.com. Work with a company that prides themselves on being a phase above the competition. And remember, in order to be the best, you need to work with the best.
Watch PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and Wisconsin native Steve Stricker, at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to University Ridge Golf Course in Madison, Friday, June 9th through Sunday, June 11th. AmFam Champ Week will also include an exciting concert featuring Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, Friday, June 9th. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
When poison happens, Poison Help is here. We're the free 24/7 hotline that answers your poison questions, with expert advice available at no charge. Make the right call in a poison emergency. Call Poison Help. 1-800-222-1222.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
After 87 years, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is not going to be called that anymore.
Oh, no.
844-770-3776.
Why?
What's it going to be called? 844-770. I know the answer, so if you know the answer, don't share it. But if you don't, wrong answers only. 844-770-3776. After 87 years, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is getting a new name.
The Tube Steak Station Wagon.
There you go. You want to write? Tube Steak Station Wagon is Matt Hamilton's vote. Stroh?
Let's see. What else? Is there anything else that's a good one?
The flying sausage.
There you go. The flying sausage.
That doesn't fly. That drives.
There you
The speed sausage? That's what
The
they used to call me.
gas-guzzling Glizzy. The gas-guzzling Glizzy.
844-770-3776. After 87 years, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is getting a new name. I will share that name at the end of the segment. We don't need to do it long, but if you want to chime in, wrong answers only, what would you call the Wienermobile, which is getting a new name after 87 years? The Weenie Machini from the Adam and Madison.
I like that one. That's pretty good.
844-770-3776. After 87 years, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is getting a new name. What would you name it?
Am I going to hate it?
It's fine. I mean, I'm not attached. I guess I don't know because I'm not attached to it. Like, I don't. It's fine. It's the Wienermobile.
As long as they still have weenie whistles, I guess I'll be a happy camper. That's the best part of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Did you know what the name of the people who are
The whistles.
That's the best part of it?
Well, I mean,
He loves to blow that weenie
being
whistle.
like a neat-looking thing.
Come
but
on,
like,
Jim.
You get a
He
little,
just said he was upset that they might get rid of the weenie whistle.
Are they changing the design of it or anything like that?
No,
Are
I think
they-
it's as phallic as ever.
They're just gonna change the name.
It's not that phallic.
Wiener Wanderer is from another. Well, that's from Adam Madison. Adam Madison had the Weenie Machine.
Right.
The Yard Possum from Lake Mills. The Weenie on Wheels.
Right. All right.
Just Rip Rona chimes in. Just tuning in right now. Happy to hear that Matt didn't give a 7-hour notice that he wasn't coming in today. I heard about that. 844-770-3776. After 87 years, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is getting a new name. Wrong answers only. What should it be? Did you know the drivers are called hot doggers?
Hot doggers?
Yep.
Huh.
I don't like that.
Which is worse, hot doggers or Wienermobile?
Hot doggers.
Hot doggers.
They do not give a reason why. And it will mostly resemble the current Wienermobile, except decal displaying the new name. So.
Huh. I don't know if I like this. This is one of those things I'm going to be a curmudgeon on.
All right.
I don't like
Weird
it.
hill to die on.
This
Nate
is
Madison.
it. Yeah. I feel like I haven't died on a useless hill yet recently, or at least for a while. I think this is a good one.
Nate Madison chimes in, the road dog.
The road dog.
I can't read anything Coach B and SP chimed in with, so I'm going to skip all those. After 87 years, Alex, you could give it a read through if you want to modify those, but it's too hard to modify while I'm trying to do a radio show. After 87 years, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is getting a new name. Give us wrong answers only of what it should be called. 844-770-3776. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Brett in Davis chimes in, the Wiener Wagon. So these
the
are all
bun bus.
The what?
The bun bus. No?
There's no buns on it, though. Isn't it?
Sure there is.
Is there?
Yeah.
Sure there is.
I thought it was just a wiener driving around. There's buns
No,
on it,
it's a
too?
wiener and a bun.
How's there not a photo of the in the article, there's a photo of a cart selling Oscar Mayer
Oh yeah, I guess
merchandise.
you're right, Jimmy. There's unless like the base of it is
It's
a
kind
bun.
of bun colored, but yeah, maybe it's not a bun.
Yeah, I think that's actually. Yeah, I think it is a bun. I'm gonna
Think
go
it's
with
the
a bun,
buns?
but it's not wrapped around like a normal bun. It's just flat, like my buns.
Can I ask a question?
You're gross.
Thank you.
What do you eat from Oscar Mayer?
Wieners?
I mean, I don't eat. I mean,
They've got the jalapeno cheddar ones. You just pop in the microwave for like 30 seconds. Those got me through college, man.
Yeah, I don't.
In a pinch, when we're on the road, doing like the Airbnb thing, we'll get some of the like sandwich meat just for like sandwiches for lunch, quick.
But you get that brand. I'm just asking.
Occasionally, not always.
Because like I would buy, I just kind of looking. I think my wife is
I don't
mostly
want to
buys.
bash Oscar Mayer though, because they have the coolest mobile.
But Hebrew National hot dogs. I think if we have hot dogs at the house, it's usually what we get because they have to be all beef franks, so you know that they're going to be at least better.
Yeah.
We have hot dogs so rarely at the
There's
house.
a place in Monona. I don't know if I'm allowed to pop anybody like this, but there's a place in Monona that has the best hot dogs in town. You get a quarter-pound hot dogs, all beef. They're fantastic.
I miss there was a place on the square. It's gone now. There was a food cart that burned down. Fibs. That was the best hot dog I had.
That was a neighbor of mine growing up.
Really?
Yeah, just kinda
Fascinating
down the road.
story from that guy too. He used to work for like the Tribune, did some advertising, and then opened up this stand called
You know what
Fibs.
it stood for?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did. My wife did not, and it is funny. So we were having a discussion last week. We kind of talked about my food taste or whatever, and another thing came up of my kids. I was walking through some things, so I said another one I'd put on the list would be mayo, and my Rosie didn't even know what it was. And so, like, that's how rare. Again, we only use it for like a potato salad or like something to combine. It's not like we don't cook with mayo or yellow mustard and
Put
those
it on a
things.
sandwich?
No,
I
So,
don't either. I'm not a mayo
think,
guy either.
Yeah, I think the
Alex
unhealthy.
was telling me that might be his favorite condiment of all condiments.
You're lying, right?
What?
Mayo?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
What?
That makes it tracks so hard though. I was
It does.
It's either jalapeno mustard or mayo. Because I dip my fries in mayo.
You're just on like a jalapeno mustard kick right now.
I have been for like 2 years now.
You dip your fries in mayo.
I dip my fries in mayo. Yeah.
Yeah. Like fry sauce is just mayo and
I know.
ketchup. And again, I'm not even into that. I would prefer just mixing like ketchup and mustard. I think it's perfect.
I'm not a big mayo chip guy.
Like if I get French fries, my favorite French fries are from McDonald's. I usually don't do anything with them.
Plain?
Your favorite French fries are from McDonald's.
Like
I mean, McDonald's has a solid.
I mean, there might be
fast
a
food?
restaurant. Yeah, I mean, the other restaurant. I mean, Vintage has got great French fries. I'm just saying that, like, if I'm eating a good French fry, and I'm trying to use something universal, McDonald's, like, I'm not putting ketchup on it.
You're just gonna eat them?
Yeah, they're salted.
Raw
They're made
dogging
perfectly.
it, if you will.
No, I'm not eating a hot dog. I'll put ketchup and mustard, or it's definitely mustard on a hot dog. But my point is, I think I found I got it. I'm just not. I'm
Right
not
over
dancing
his
it.
head.
No, I got
no,
it.
we
I just
should've
was.
glazed over that one.
I just not giving it
You
any
mean
sort
glazed?
of.
He glazed over that one?
Come on.
He was there. It was there.
No, it's not.
We're
Get your
talking
mind
about
out of the
hot-
gutter.
We're talking about hot
We're not
dogs.
talking about your future mother-in-law. We're talking about hot dogs. Get your mind out of the
Yeah,
gutter.
that's why I said glizz. They're called
All right.
glizzies.
I think I've figured out the most disgusting sandwich on the face of the earth. So we, my wife and I put this together, and Oscar Mayer reminded me of it. White bread.
Okay.
Like not, I mean, again, you can make your own white. I'm talking like 99-cent
Wonder
Wonder Bread. Yes.
Gotcha.
American cheese,
Okay.
bologna, and mayo.
That sounds like
You lost me at mayo. I was at bologna and American cheese and white bread. I was like,
Sounds,
you know, that
sounds like
would be
my
I
nice.
have
lunch
most
twice a
likely,
week.
unless
I'd eat that sandwich.
I eat it twice a week.
If you put mustard on it, yellow mustard, I'd have that sandwich.
I have not knowingly, and I feel pretty confident in saying this, I've never had bologna.
Oh, I've definitely
You
had
are
bologna.
so
My
you're-
parents,
why
there's
are you
no way
crapping on
no
bologna?
There's no because it's not a thing. It's just manufactured.
Yeah, it's just processed meat.
Yeah.
Disgusting. It's not
Yeah.
It doesn't come from an animal. It's just like
Well, no, it does.
It does.
It does.
one.
No.
Probably multiple.
Multiple.
Yeah.
But so does like your normal.
So does a hot dog.
Your
I
normal
don't eat
brat.
hot dogs unless they're all beef.
What about brat? Brats are normally beef and pork or just pork.
Right.
You're right. I'll eat. I do
You know, there's a lot of blended meats out there.
pork, beef, chicken, turkey.
Is it in bologna?
Yes. Judgmental Jim.
It's got all the meats.
I've never.
is-
So I know
It's
for
the Arby's of meats.
so my parents, to my parents' credit, they would never ever give me a bologna sandwich ever.
Right. Okay.
And so like that's number one. Same with American cheese. Those two things were never
So
given
you've
to
never.
me as a child.
You don't think you've even had
Why
bologna?
then when would I have had it otherwise?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, so no.
Honestly, it's not that bad until you start thinking about what it is. It's actually pretty good.
But I don't like. It sounds disgusting. Like I know what it is. There's no way I'm eating it now.
Right. Fair.
Like I don't think I would gag trying to eat it.
Oh, it's really not that bad.
But just the idea of it.
Have you ever had Spam?
No. I've never had Spam. Never had bologna.
Right.
Yeah.
And just because same kind of thing. You're like Spam, too processed.
Again,
bologna,
like,
so processed.
but also like I never had as a kid, so there's no nostalgia to it.
Right. And I actually never had Spam as a kid. There's no real nostalgia.
I know
to
some
it.
people like will make things with Spam.
You can like fry it up crispy.
I'd be
It's
more likely
not
to.
bad.
I'd be more likely to try Spam than bologna.
Like Spam and eggs is
because I've
pretty
heard people
fantastic.
do that before. It'd be like a hash, like hash and eggs, right? Or corned beef and
Well,
hash. You could do with Spam.
You could certainly make a hash with Spam, but like
I feel like I've eaten at a
you
restaurant
just
and maybe
slice
used some
it.
Spam.
You
and
just
fries.
slice it as like straight out
Yeah.
the can, like it's that jelly from Thanksgiving,
Which I don't
the
like
cranberry
either.
sauce.
Yes, yes.
And you just slice out the can, maybe 1/4 inch thick, and get it in a ripping hot pan and sear it, and then serve it with eggs. It's pretty good. It's like it's
If you
like
s-
a bacon. If bacon and ham had a baby, it made Spam.
And what is it made of?
Pork and ham. So it's like a cured and then potted. So it means that like they basically boil this can as they like seal the meat in, and then let it cool, and that's how Spam is made.
I would do Spam over bologna.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, fried bologna sandwich though is like, and
Money.
it's exactly what you described. Like, except you cook the bologna.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
But like I'm too far in now. My kids.
What if you went to like a good butcher and the good butcher's like, this is my homemade bologna. I have chuck from a cow. I have, let's say like rump roast from a pig. Like, what if they were just telling you like I use chicken breasts and you knew all of it was like good parts?
But I'm not
'Cause
going to
you're
eat something.
associating it with like the bad parts of the meat that you don't want to think about eating, right? You're not thinking like the guy put prime rib in it, and he also put a chicken breast in it, and he also put like a pork butt, like all your favorite cuts of meat.
I would definitely consider it, but I have a hard time eating something which the slang for is foolish or exaggerated talk or behavior or nonsense.
That's baloney.
Right. But baloney is referred to as something that is bad in your regular language, let alone the meat, just in general. It's hard to eat it.
He's a picky eater, right?
No, I'm trying to think of another example of like a food where you're.
No, he talked to me and I would try the spam.
What about like summer sausage? Do you like summer sausage?
That's fine, yeah.
Isn't that pretty similar to bologna?
But again, you go with
no.
You go with picky eater.
They're different meats, but
you go with picky eater. Again, if I go somewhere and you make something for me, I'm going to eat it. I'll try everything.
Let me rephrase. You are
I like what I like.
Overly selective.
I like what I like.
Overly selective.
Either I like something or I don't.
I
but
think
you just
the
said
word
you never had bologna.
He's just stubborn. He's stuck in his ways. He knows what he likes, and he's not going to necessarily
You're like
venture.
kids that just say they don't like tomatoes.
No, because tomatoes has a health value. I'm not missing out. Now, I will try. In Matt's example, I'd be open to it. Where if a butcher had a bologna that they made, and it was something, again, it is something, I think, an Italian dish that we've Americanized and turned into processed God knows what, like a hot dog, I would do it. Like I eat all beef hot dogs. I'm just not eating a parts hot dog. I'm not eating parts meat. That's just mass produced. If I go to a butcher and they're going to make me a bologna that they tell me is really good, I would absolutely try it.
I don't view it as fair. What's the name of the Wienermobile?
It is called Drum Roll, Please.
That's gonna be have one? Do you have a real one?
I might somewhere. Give me a second.
I'm drummer on.
Frankmobile.
The
No.
Frankmobile?
Yep.
I refuse to acknowledge its existence. It
You know
is the Wienermobile forever.
If you missed any of this great talk right here, you can listen back Wisconsin on the Man, Apple, Spotify, any of those great places. And I know who you do respect and you do love the name of, and that's our good friends at Revive Restoration.
That's right. We got our friend Josh Duggan over there. He is so focused on getting your business or your home back to 100%. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive Restoration and Revive Pros to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. From things like water damage, smoke, fire, mold, storm damage, and a whole lot more, Revive Restoration has you covered 24/7, 365 days a year. It's like 40 or 50% of businesses, small businesses that have an accident aren't able to come back and remain in business. Don't let that happen to you. Make sure if anything bad happens to your business or home, you know who to call. That's the Revive Pros and Revive Restoration. Go online to revivepros.com to see what they're all about. revivepros.com.
He's Matt Hamilton. JJ and Poinette chimes in one more thing on the meat discussion we've had. Anyone who compares summer sausage to bologna deserves a punch in the Wienermobile. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by
I'm going to go hit Stroh.
Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called Testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text LION to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text LION to 321321. That's LION to 321321.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the spring and summer of 2024? Rays tryouts begin in July and August, and signups are open now. Since 2010, the Rays have developed over 370 college players, including over 140 players committed to Division I baseball and 17 MLB draft picks. Rays baseball. Raise your game.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Don't miss your chance to see the legends of golf when they come to Central Wisconsin this summer. Watch your favorite players like Steve Stricker, Ernie Els, Jerry Kelly, Padraig Harrington, and more up close as they battle for the 43rd U.S. Senior Open Championship at Century World in Stevens Point. June 27th through July 2nd. Buy your daily, weekly, or premium tickets now at ussenioropen.com. That's ussenioropen.com.
Pick the car deal that is right for you at Metro Kia of Madison, like 2.9% APR financing for 48 months on the 23 Kia Forte, $22.30 per 1,000 borrowed. You'll also get a Chromebook, 4K Smart TV, or a $500 Visa gift card with purchase. Choose your own deal this month at Metro Kia of Madison, with 69 new vehicles on the lot, 90 deferred payments to qualified credit, and 2 years no-charge maintenance. Now is the time to find your deal at Metro Kia of Madison.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
I'm not having any fun. I'm not feeling so alone. For once, every voice is like a low. Dead gunshots fired and the words get spun like a web. I'm not having any fun. I'm not having
Joe Burrow recently agreed to pay for 20 local families at the Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center to receive mental health treatment. Burrow's father said his foundation couldn't narrow down the list of families that needed help, so they just helped all 20. So shout out to Joe Burrow. I like that little story right there.
I like that too.
Also, I was informed I teased and then didn't pay it off. So if all of you were waiting through, I will finally give you the payoff here. Matt Hamilton has paid off his shoe debt here. So it was tell everyone, one, brag about the shoes that you got.
I got some sweet Nike SB Dunks. Thanks to Jim. I took the L on them. Jim was able to get them for me in my size.
And it's a good feeling to be able to come through.
They're kind of modeled after those old JanSport backpacks. Like, I feel like everybody had a JanSport backpack at one time.
I just bought my oldest one last year, a JanSport
right.
backpack.
So you know how the bottoms of them have that, like, leather-colored, like cognac leather-colored bottom, and then it's some sort of, like, canvas bag? Well, these shoes are blue canvas, kind of navy blue canvas with the tan suede fronts. They're very neat. And I appreciate you very much, Jim. Sorry I didn't pay you faster.
No, it's fine. It was more just funny.
He's living paycheck to paycheck, people. The kids are very expensive.
We can eat out tonight, folks. No, it was more just funny. I was working through my emails, and I just bookmarked it. Because honestly, I'd probably end up forgetting, and you're not.
I know, yeah.
And you're as forgetful as I am. So I just left it in there as like I'll delete this when Matt pays me.
It would have been one of those like in like a year, you would have gotten like $100 bucks. It would have been a nice little surprise.
And if there's shoes closer that we both were going to, I just would have been like, if you gotten them, then just hold it. But I don't think I have any lined up. So it was more just fun. I did give you a little heads up that it was a little thing out there. But Alex, how long would you go before you bring up someone owes you?
24 hours.
Yeah. You see Matt all the time. Like when Matt friend on the we have like a Facebook group and we do all the jumping in for shoes together. I don't know that person, so I believe I sent you the money or him. No, I think I sent him the money, but I sent it immediately, like the second the shoes arrived, because I didn't want him at all to freak out. I was not worried about.
He was like, should I pay Jim? I was like, don't pay Jim until the shoes get here because they might get canceled. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
So once Jim's got them in hand, that's when you should pay him.
Yeah, and so like that's the way
how it worked out.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of the standard. But also, I hate for anyone that doesn't know me personally to like worry at all. I wasn't worried about Matt,
right?
Not
and
living
I wasn't
paycheck.
worried that I owed you because. So don't worry, Jim. I was not concerned in the
Good.
least.
That's wonderful. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Davante Adams. I wanted to just talk about this. I'm not sure the exact topic on it, but you can react to it. 844-770-3776. This is from The Ringer. Adams said, "Now people can't say that. They'll never have that narrative again. He felt vindicated by the All-Pro honor. Some tightly wound part of him loomed. It proved that I am me. A quarterback doesn't make me. I make me, and I can do that consistently at any level. That's why this last season meant a lot. Even if I went and played like dog crap next year, they can't say it because now I've already proved it throughout the course of a season, played every game, put together a resume that says I do not need," he pauses, "you can erase all the numbers. You just go write it in. He didn't need Aaron Rodgers." That's what Davante had to say.
Aaron Rodgers also liked that quote on Twitter.
I don't take it personal. I don't think it is personal.
Right. Well, I think, again, it's one of those kind of loaded questions where they're trying to get Davante to almost like take a side on it.
Well, they didn't ask him, "Do you need Aaron Rodgers?" This was an article, full story about Davante, and the quote is very much about like, proving to himself.
The whole question itself is clearly like, this is a little worked.
We don't know the question. Let's be honest. Let's be fair. We don't, because this is a long story written about Davante Adams and his ability to believe in himself, bet on himself. This is the only reason Aaron Rodgers' name is in it because that was his quarterback 2 years ago. It's literally Davante.
Well, it's because he had all of his success as a football player up to this point.
Right. But if he had done that with Patrick Mahomes, it just would have subbed in Patrick Mahomes' name.
100%.
So like the Aaron Rodgers part of it is just more like factual than anything else. I love this about Davante, though, that he had this sort of inner burning to say, I can go out there and I can go and do this without my star quarterback. I went and did this with Carr as my quarterback, and I'm going to go do it again with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think that's great because Aaron Rodgers didn't say this. A lot of Packer fans intimated it, though. A lot of Packer fans said, well, Davante needs Aaron more than Aaron needs Davante. They needed each other equally. We'll go with – well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Aaron Rodgers needed Davante Adams more than Davante Adams needed Aaron Rodgers last year.
Is that
statistically.
a full question?
Should we ask it like that? Because statistically,
I mean, I don't know if it's a question. Aaron Rodgers isn't even a quarterback anymore. Like, he had a bad year last year.
I'm going to start calling you Polymatta. Instead of Pollyanna, I'll call you
Polymatta.
Polymatta, because like you're assuming that we're not tracking what Aaron Rodgers is doing. Like Aaron Rodgers is always in your atmosphere, just like Brett Favre. When he pops up doing something dumb, it still pops up in the news waves here. Aaron Rodgers is going to do the same.
Yeah.
But we can figure out if we want to pull it. But, Davante proved he didn't need Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has not proven that he doesn't need an elite receiver.
He might not have that chance. I don't know what Garrett Wilson's going to be, but it seems like he could be pretty good.
Garrett Wilson has a better start to his career than Davante Adams. Garrett Wilson caught 83 passes for 1,100 yards.
Right.
So those numbers should look like.
Not saying he's elite. I'm not saying he's as good as Davante Adams, but he's certainly trending in the right direction.
Those numbers next year should look like Davante's. They're pretty dang close anyways.
Yeah.
But touchdowns, really. Honestly, he had a Davante season. He just didn't have the touchdowns. Because that is the difference, in my opinion, between great quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, and good or bad quarterbacks, and whatever, Jordan Love or Carr, who I think is good, but Davante had the catches. But when you're looking at Flacco, Zach Wilson, and who was Zach White throwing you the ball, 4 touchdowns is kind of what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Mike White. What did I say, Zach White?
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, all the same person.
Yep.
It's Zach Flacco White is basically who quarterbacked the New York Jets last year. I drove in today, and I was thinking it's next week, Friday. I'm not on the show because I'm taking the camper, and I'm taking my truck from Cinnamon Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I'm taking that camper down to Lake Geneva. We're going to have an extended weekend down there. We're going to have a great time. And that big truck from Cinnamon Chevy in Mount Horeb, you can get one of your own. I recommend if you're in the market for a new or new to you Chevy Silverado, Colorado, or Tahoe, or any other Chevy vehicle, go check out my friends at Cinnamon Chevy in Mount Horeb. Say what's up to Dan and Aaron out there. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. I need caller number. Give me numbers, guys.
4.
Caller number 4 and
8.
4 and 8. Caller number 4 and caller number 8. You're entered to win Minute to Win It. 844-770-3776. Caller number 4 and caller number 8. You're both qualified to win that $50 gift card from our friends at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. And if you pick the winner, me, you'll get that $50 gift card. 844-770-3776. Caller number 4 and caller number 8. Now, full disclosure, I have a cold. I feel like I'm a little cloudy, so maybe you want to go with Matt today.
And I'm on a heater. I'm on a 1-week win streak.
There you go. 844-770-3776. Call number 4 and 8. You both qualify to win a $50 gift card from North and South. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Only 4 teams remain in the NHL playoffs, and 3 former Badgers are still hoping to skate their way to the Stanley Cup Final. Derek Stepan is a center for the Carolina Hurricanes, who are preparing for a semifinal matchup beginning Thursday against the Florida Panthers. Stepan played with the Badgers from 2008 to 2010. The Dallas Stars are getting ready for a Western Conference showdown with the Las Vegas Knights and hold 2 former Badgers on their roster, including Joe Pavelski and Ryan Suter, who were teammates in 2004 at Wisconsin.
Get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and have everything installed in as little as a day. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here. Whether I'm inside on the ice curling or outside working up a sweat under the sun, Iron Jock apparel is what keeps me feeling cool and comfortable. The one-of-a-kind Enduratech fabric is designed from the inside out to eliminate odor-causing bacteria. And based in Wisconsin, Iron Jock also created the Enduratech Plus gear to perform both indoors and outdoors. You can go online to ironjock.com and get 25% off your order using code ESPN25. Iron Jock, it's what's inside that matters.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When it comes to scoring great hires for your business, you may be up against a few obstacles, especially right now. That's why you need ZipRecruiter on your team. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology hustles for you to find people with the right skills and experience for your job and invites them to apply. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So win the hiring game with ZipRecruiter. To try ZipRecruiter for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/Greeny. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Greeny. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. North and South serves authentic wood-fired barbecue as well as savory seafood for both lunch and dinner. Whether it's North and South in DeForest, Verona, or the west side of Madison, you'll enjoy the best smart casual dining experience in the area. They also have takeout and catering options, so find your way over to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, the official barbecue place of Rutledge and Hamilton. They're online at eatnorthandsouth.com.
Gold medalist Matt Hamilton here to tell you about Wisconsin's best choice for roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors. I know they're the trusted local experts who consider customer service their #1 goal, but don't just take my word for it. Jake and Dawn are both recent customers who left 5-star reviews for the outstanding service and quality of work on their projects. Get a free estimate for your home project today by logging on to ridgetopexteriors.com. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Until you toe to toe, I should be scared, honey, maybe so. But I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now.
Do you think cold brain is a thing? Like if you have a cold, you're just not quite as sharp?
Fogginess for
yeah.
sure, yeah.
Because I haven't taken anything, but like right now I was just thinking, where's Matt? I was like, oh, that's right, we got a minute to win it.
I respect it, honestly.
It's just one of those things you're kind of working through. I don't even know if I have a cold. I just have a nonstop runny nose. I was out yesterday with a migraine, but like everything else feels fine. Like I don't have achy. None of my body's achy. I don't have a sore throat. Nothing else. But you talk about the hiccups forever. This is super annoying because you just can't function when your nose is just running all the time. It's just one of those things that's super annoying. I'll be honest. I'll give you a peek behind the curtain. My wife's always excited about this. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. We'll get to minute to win it in a second. Do you take if your nose is running a ton, do you take some Kleenex and put it up your nose?
Yeah, I mean, I've used other tools for sure.
Okay, so I do the Kleenex.
I mean, I live with a woman, if that gives you any insight.
I haven't done that. My wife would not be happy with that. She's not happy with the Kleenex. So
why?
I mean, it's not the most attractive.
It's not the most, number one, attractive, but I don't think, I'm just going to say it. I don't think you're getting lucky if you're sick anyway.
That's true. But still, they got that image. You got to have some sort of, lines drawn. So I get it. It's fine.
I'm going to do, if I'm sick, dude, I'm the biggest baby in the world. So I'm going to do what I got to do.
I'm not the best at it, but, after your wife has 2 kids, you're kind of like, I got to at least keep it in check. Like, she wasn't thrilled. She's not feeling the best. She went and did her thing yesterday and taught. I was like, I have a headache. I have a migraine. I'm just sleeping all day. But earlier this week, I saw our good friends at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Smelled amazing there. Saw JD, Keith, and Ken. And I told them, I said the same thing on the radio, and it's what they pride themselves on the most, but I say it on the radio all the time. You're going to have the same experience at any 3 locations. And that is something that's really hard to do. Whether you're eating in Madison, DeForest, or Verona, you're going to have a great experience at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Whether that's dining in, carrying out. They were so busy with graduations, and I think prom was going on. They were so busy last weekend. So make sure you're getting a reservation or call ahead of time, or you can take the food home, or you can schedule a big carry out, or have them cater an event. Whatever it is, North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is here for you. Let's get to minute to win it.
Are you on Team Rutledge or Team Hamilton?
I don't want to pick sides.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
All righty, let's get into it. I'm going to be honest with you, Jimmy. When I came up with this topic, it's harder than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
So yesterday was the NBA Draft Lottery.
Okay.
I was initially going to do the last 10 number 1 picks in the NBA. Too hard.
Don't, because he was cheating. I don't know if he was guessing. I was wondering why. I don't know if he saw it somewhere. Matt was running through. He kept on asking me about these players.
I tried to get in his head.
Okay. Because he started is Cade Cunningham any good? I'm like, guy.
I pulled it up on his laptop. I'm trying to throw him off.
Amazing.
Thank
okay.
you.
Because, he was trying to cheat there.
I think I might tell him that and be like, just kidding. Anyway, I'm looking for the last 10 number 1 overall picks in the NFL, though, which is harder than it looks. So we will start in 3, 2, 1.
So Bryce Young.
That's correct.
All right. So then the year prior.
Don't even try it. I'm just going to give you that advice.
The year prior?
Last year, don't even try it.
I feel like it was a guy, a defensive lineman who went to Jacksonville. I just don't know his name.
You're right.
Yeah. And then the year before that would have been, I think Joe Burrow was one.
Yep.
And then
2020.
Yeah, the Fields draft, I feel like a quarterback went number. Well, that was Lawrence.
Yep, that's 21.
All right. And then I keep on going back here, quarterbacks who are good. So Kyler Murray?
Yeah, Kyler Murray was 2019. So, by the way, I should have said this at the top. It's 14 through 23.
So, is Baker there?
Baker's there in 18.
I thought
you got
Oklahoma had a couple there. So how many do I have?
You have 5 right now. You have 18, 19, 20, 21, and 23.
All right. Still thinking of quarterbacks. I feel like I got to stay in
You got a couple left. I'll tell you that.
Okay. So
about 10 seconds.
All right. Who else is out there? Quarterbacks in the league. Who probably they're bums now. Cam Newton.
It's incorrect. He was a number 1 overall pick just outside this
Yeah.
window. I think a 5 spot's good enough to win it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's foggy brain because I just can't pull. I'm glad I was able to pull the 5.
No,
that
like
got
I
there.
said, this is tougher than I initially thought when I saw the
well,
topic.
before Matt comes in, who's the defensive lineman?
Trevon Walker?
Okay, yeah. So, I knew the position and all that stuff.
I don't even remember that name, really.
Yeah,
which
Matt
is odd.
Hamilton looks very confident coming in. Please set him up. All right,
will.
Matt
I
Hamilton
will.
can come in. All right, Matt Hamilton, Mr. NBA is excited. And, so you ready here? Turn on your microphone. How about you start with that? All right.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, what?
I came in and Jim's like, Mr. NBA.
Yeah, Mr. NBA's here. He's arrived. Matt, NBA draft lottery was last night, wasn't it?
Yes, it sure was.
And you called it.
I made a prediction, and I was right.
I'm looking for the last 10 number 1 overall picks in the NBA.
No!
You didn't do any research?
I honestly had it pulled up a second ago.
I know you did.
I know.
And why was that?
Well, you had pulled it up, and then I was curious about all the people that actually had been drafted first and how good they were.
Would you like me to know why? Would you like to know why I pulled it up?
No.
Because I'm messing with you right now. I'm actually looking for the last 10 number 1 overall
setting
picks
you
in
up,
the
see if you're
NFL. I'm looking for the NFL last 10 number 1 overall picks from 2014 to 2023 number 1 overall picks. I knew you were going to take the bait. I wanted to see how it worked out.
I honestly,
I'm sad you admitted
if you told me
it.
to do the NBA ones, I'd get 3.
The ones you were asking me about.
Yeah.
I was wondering because you brought it up, and
Honestly,
he was asking about Cade Cunningham.
Remember that was the name I was trying to remember. I couldn't even remember it, so I wouldn't be too concerned.
Hey, so much for cold brain, right?
Right,
How about just idiocy brain from Matt Hamilton?
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking for the last 10 number 1
hour
overall
ago.
picks in the NFL. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, the last
14 through 23.
number
2014
1
through
overall
23.
pick was Bryce Young.
That's correct.
And then last year,
I'm going to tell you exactly what I told Jim. Don't even try it.
Don't even try to go back by year.
No. Don't do last year's.
Okay, probably because it's a defensive guy. Maybe it was Burrow number 1.
He was in 2020.
Another number 1 pick overall. Tua wasn't. Gosh, why is it hurting me? It was. Oh, Jalen was a second rounder.
Yeah, the Packers took Love over him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
true. Yeah.
Man, why am I blanking so hard on first round picks?
Because it's hard.
It is hard.
It's harder than I thought.
And there's so many defensive and offensive players I'm not going to be able to think of. I'm just trying
There's 5 quarterbacks on this
There is
list.
5 quarterbacks?
You've gotten 2.
Yeah.
Excuse me, there's 6 quarterbacks on this list.
6 quarterbacks. Oh, my goodness.
And you're out of time.
Herbert. No, he was not.
No, he wasn't.
Who were they?
All right, Jim wins with a 5 spot. Matt
Wow,
got
you
2.
nailed it.
Matt got 2. Congrats to Dan for winning. He actually called you Jimothy when he selected
Jimothy,
you.
I like
So-
I've
that
been
name.
called Jimothy before.
I like that. I think I've
I have
called you
nothing
that
wrong with
before.
that, yeah.
all right, Bryce Young was 2023. You both got that. Neither of you got 22. It was Trevon
Now,
Walker
I was close,
in
though, because I
Jacksonville.
said they drafted a defensive player in Jackson.
You said a D lineman, actually. Give yourself more credit.
Thank you, yeah.
that was well done. Trevor Lawrence in 21.
Oh, my God.
Also Jacksonville. Bless you, Jim.
Thank you. Nah.
You both got Joe Burrow in 20.
Yeah.
19, which Jim got, Kyler Murray to Arizona.
Kyler was number 1.
18, Baker Mayfield to
I
Cleveland.
had 2 Oklahoma guys. I knew that.
Ah.
Cleveland as well in 2017 selected Myles Garrett on the defensive side of the ball. In 16, it was the Rams drafting a quarterback. Any guesses?
It's like Goff?
Jared Goff in 2016. In 2015, it was the Buccaneers selecting a quarterback.
Jameis.
You got it, Jameis Winston.
Jameis.
And then in 2014, Jadeveon Clowney, last one on this list. Still playing pretty well, but he's been with a couple different
Seahawks
places.
now, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's with Seattle now. So there you go. Congrats to Dan, winner of Minute to Win It.
Gosh, I should be better at that. That was a bad one. Sorry for whoever picked me or got stuck with me.
I was picked, so.
Okay, duh.
Yeah. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is. I'm Alex Strope. Your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake. Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The 2023 season opens May 19th through the 21st with the SVRA Vintage Weekend Festival. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Beautiful place. Going to a wedding there next year. All right, let's dive into this. Green Bay is where we start as the Packers offseason rolls on. All three coordinators met with the media yesterday, including offensive coordinator Adam Stenovich, who shed some light onto the offseason plan with quarterback Jordan Love.
From the quarterback position, you just kind of take a step back as far as like, now we're starting on step one, you know what I mean, instead of starting at step 8 where you can start with Aaron Rodgers. So you're going to take a step back and you're just going to, just keep working ahead.
Continued coverage on all things green and gold as the offseason rolls on over at ESPNWisconsin.com. Well, the Brewers responded last night after a 17-run beatdown on Monday with a win over the St. Louis Cardinals. They wrap up the 3-game series in St. Louis tonight. It's a 6:45 first pitch between the Crew and the Cards.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Yep. Which former player that started games for the G&G, which I hope you trademarked, then left the Packers, had a better second act in a different uniform?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
If any of you have any remedies to get rid of just a non-stop runny nose, I will take it. I don't think it's allergies because I've been taking my allergy medicine for a while now. It's probably a cold, but I feel good otherwise. Benadryl puts me to sleep. If I take Benadryl, I'm out cold. So I can't take Benadryl. It works the best, or I'm just out cold.
You make yourself a tissue walrus.
Yeah, I've done that, yes. But I got to work. I'm trying, I can't. We're on camera at Jim and Matt and at ESPN Madison. At home, my wife gets to, you were out, Alex and I talked about how I use tissues, he uses something else of his
sleeve.
No, he uses something of his significant others to put in there. It seems a bit much. Like if you had a bloody nose,
really?
if you had a bloody nose, you'd use that more than.
But if I have what you got going on, yeah.
Tissue walrus.
Yeah,
All day.
Yes, same. But
I tied two of them together.
I'm out and about today. So I can't really rock that. But if you have any, I want it to stop. Is my main point. I want it to be solved because I don't know what to do. Like Sudafed, but then you get Sudafed head, so I don't want that. Again, today I didn't take anything because I already got
stuffed up, but it's running, or what?
No, it just won't stop running. I'm not even stuffed
you can
up.
Breathe out your nose?
Yeah, it's super annoying to always have your nose feel like it needs to be cleared. So it's obnoxious, is what I'm saying. And you already have. Do you believe in cold head? You get foggy when you have a cold.
Yeah.
So I have that, but I'm not. It's worse if you take something. So I'm not taking anything, at least for the show. Maybe I'll take something later. But I would like it just to go away. So if someone could just cure the common cold for me, I'd appreciate it. 844-770-3776.
Have you had a bowl of chicken noodle soup yet?
He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. I have not. The tacos yesterday.
Well, nobody has a cold and is like, oh, you should have some tacos.
Hey, Jimmy, I actually got something for you.
Yeah.
So when I was dealing with some colds or maybe some sniffles with my allergies earlier this year, when the pollen and the mold started getting really high, both of you really like what's called grenade gum.
Yeah.
It's really potent. Eat a piece of that during the break. I bet you'll be cleared right out.
But
it worked for me. That's why.
The thing is, he's not stuffed up.
Yeah,
I was going to
cleared.
suggest the same thing.
Yeah.
You sound a little stuffed up.
But it's because my nose won't stop running. As soon as I have no problem. As soon as I clear my nose, it'll be clear. But then it'll fill up immediately.
Eat a piece of grenade gum.
I will do that during the break. I have it in my drawer here. Super. What would you call that? Not
Super
spicy.
Ubermint.
Yeah, Ubermint.
Spicy. It's the whitest thing you've ever said.
Well, it's a little sorry. It's more of like a parent joke because kids will say anything that they
Salt.
don't, anything that has any sort of flavor, they'll call it spicy.
It's like crazy minty. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't know what, like, kids don't necessarily know what spicy is. So if it has flavor, like my kids would probably call garlic spicy because it's just. I think it's like Rosie's a little better
And
at
to
it.
be fair, like if you lick your fingers after chopping up garlic, like it is kind of spicy.
True, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, it's
they're
not capsaicin spicy.
We're not giving them anything close to spicy, but a little bit of flavoring, and this is spicy.
You think your kids can handle any heat at all of any sort?
Rosie can a little bit.
Yeah.
She's had some stuff. It's more of the mental. It doesn't taste how I normally want food to taste. That's kind of the big hurdle for them more than anything else. I think I've shared this before, but you know why kids love ketchup, especially like 6 to
because it hits like every part of the flavor.
That's part of it. That's
profile
why
on the top.
everyone likes ketchup. Usually that and bacon, I think, are the two that hit all the profiles on your tongue. But it's when you're a kid around this evolutionary age of like 6 to 10, if you go back to like caveman times or as we evolved, that it was obviously really bad for you to eat anything that you didn't know exactly what it was. So a flavor to you that was not normal was actually probably dangerous. So your body still, your taste palate still leans towards liking something.
So like their lizard brain is like, this is comforting. That tastes different.
Ketchup tastes the same, so ketchup makes everything taste like I can eat it.
How you wean your kids onto food that's different? Is you just slather it in ketchup the first couple times?
I think that's always the hope, but then here's what the problem is. You're like my brother who is
now puts ketchup on everything.
38 years old and orders chicken fingers with ketchup.
Oh my
still.
God.
Out about, which is fine once in a while, but not as your regular go-to meal.
It was always like a burn on the chef when I worked at Tornado if the person ordered or asked if they could have like A1 hot or A1 steak sauce to go with their steak. And there's plenty of people that just like A1, and even if you cook that steak perfectly, they were still going to ask for the A1. But it's like an insult. My wife, we went to Tornado after I had left, and my wife got a steak and just wanted to order A1, and I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that to that poor cook. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, he is going to get ridiculed. He or she is going to get ridiculed for how they cooked that steak because you ordered A1. Or it never happened to me, but I have heard of people putting ketchup on their steak, which sounds crazy.
Yes.
Stroke, have you ever put ketchup on a steak?
I have standards, Matt.
Okay.
Well,
I'm glad you do.
You could call it presidential because a former president definitely has done that. But 844-770-3776, you don't have to try that hard to think about who it is.
George Bush.
No. Maybe he did too.
Trump?
Yeah.
Donald Trump put ketchup on
ketchup
There's
on
literally
steak?
photos of it. I typed in ketchup on a steak because I feel like Giannis got in trouble or something. Or Chris Webber, I think, once got kicked out of a steakhouse so they wouldn't let him ask for ketchup or A1. That's the story I was Googling, but when I type it in, it literally pops up with photos of him ketchup on a steak on the plate. So
wow. Didn't know that. No wonder he's not the president anymore.
844-770-3776. Is it a faux pas? Is it wrong to ask for A1 sauce at a steakhouse?
Blasphemous. Not just faux pas. It's blasphemous.
Should we post it as an Iron Jock poll question?
If you like A1 steak sauce, make yourself a steak at home and use A1 steak sauce.
All right. Is it out of bounds to ask for steak sauce at a steakhouse?
Just eat a steak.
At a steakhouse, 100%.
Yeah, 844-770-3776. We'll post that as our Iron Jock poll question.
If you get the sizzling sirloin from Applebee's, I don't think it's going to be a big deal if you get ketchup with it.
Absolutely.
But if you're going to like one of the wonderful establishments here in Madison, like Ruth's Chris, and you get steak sauce with it, that is rude.
You know
rude.
what?
Don't be rude.
I'm going to text our friend Lee during the break and see what he thinks on that. Do your chefs get offended if someone asks for steak sauce?
I used to. They have.
I don't blame you. Now you also have to account for everyone's a little different. Like, my wife I don't think would ask for A1 at a restaurant, but we have it at home, and we have we get a a quarter cow. Like, it's pretty good beef. We're getting it from a farmer, and it cook up pretty good. But she still likes the taste of A1. So
100%, and I get that. Our servers actually, when people ask for A1, they would ask, "Is there anything wrong with the steak?"
Yeah,
because that was the first thing you're like, okay, you're covering something up. That's in my opinion, what A1 is.
Well, and again, that goes back to the whole condiment
like
talk
bad
of
steaks.
like the whole condiment talk of like ketchup, ranch, whatever. If you're eating something that is needed for it, is it really that good? That's my whole take on most condiments. Is like you should be able to eat it sans extra things.
Again,
so
all condiments are better if you make them too. So remember that.
yes, but like. Is it out of bounds? 844-770-3776. I guess we're all in agreement that it is definitely out of bounds to ask for a steak sauce at a restaurant. I understand you're paying for it and all that, but like there is a pride factor to it. When I make a good steak at home, like I at least want my wife to like try. I know she likes A1. I'm like, at least have a couple bites without because I did something a little different.
Right.
And if I really pushed it, she would just go without. But like my oldest knows now, like she won't put ketchup or anything on it when I make a steak. My youngest still does, and my oldest will get on the youngest. But I think that's more just about the oldest likes to pick on the youngest than anything else.
Yeah.
But because like she'll use ketchup, but she's 6, and I wouldn't take her to a steakhouse to begin with.
Right.
So she can have ketchup.
Waste of money.
Right, exactly. She gets pretty good steak at home again because she gets the quarter beef steak. But 844-770-3776. Jeremiah Madison chimes in. You can do whatever you want to the food after I've made it. I made it the right way, but you do you. So there you go. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah. It's more of like a point of pride thing as a cook in a steakhouse. I get it. Like you're paying a good chunk of change for steak. You should have it exactly how you want. That's why I'm glad that the servers would ask. And sometimes they'd tell the cook, like, they said the steak was perfect. They just wanted the steak sauce.
Educator Adam and Madison chimes in on my question about clearing my nose. Put Vicks just below your nose. That's definitely one I've done before. I've done for the kids. I heard there's one about putting Vicks on your feet and then putting socks on.
So, you can get tissues. I think it's probably Kleenex brand that has Vicks infused into the tissue. So what I did with that is I would take that and then make my tissue walrus.
Yeah, there you go.
I've done that as well.
I know what you're talking about.
That was game changer.
But I never actually heard the term tissue walrus. I know what you're talking about, but I had never heard that
I think I got
before.
that from Futurama. I think they say it in Futurama.
You got a Futurama tattoo, don't you?
I do. I really like that show.
It's a great show. I agree with you. Oh, nice. Yes.
The 7-leaf clover.
So, but it makes sense. I knew exactly what you're talking about when you said it.
Yeah.
Sadler and Madison chimes in. Hit the sauna and crush some Dayquil. Mix it with Coors Light.
Sounds like a brilliant idea.
Good night, folks.
Yeah. All right. Good day. You'd have one heck of a night coming up.
Right.
With a little Dayquil and Coors Light mix.
Yeah. Why don't I just
think you got foggy brain now?
Yeah, right. Why don't I just robo-trip and call it a night? Yeah, that'll solve everything if I'm passed out. Jeez. Thank you, though, Sadler. 770-3777.
That counts, Jimmy.
I would have no thoughts left.
Not the fact that your liver would be screaming in agony.
And my brain cells would be dying off that I would not be able to have thoughts.
Your brain cell would be so lonely.
Oh, man. At Canopy Wealth Management, they take the time to truly get to know and understand the dynamics of your values, goals, and plans for your family. No family fits a generic mold, and neither should your financial plan. At Canopy, their clients' financial goals are something they're constantly striving to help reach the maximum potential, which is why they work solely in your best interest. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started with them today. That's canopy-wealth.com. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Alex, I have to ask you a question here. And, again, I have foggy cold brain. It says here, segment 1, hour 2, mystery topic, which is, I guess, what we ended up doing. But was there a mystery topic that I was supposed to do here?
I slotted your shoes thing there, but you brought it up earlier.
Okay.
I didn't want to spoil it for Matt. That was why I called it a mystery topic with your name on it.
Well, we went with a mystery topic anyways.
Your
Can you
mic's
turn
on.
the
I love that
microphone
my show sheet's got little built-in Easter eggs just for me to discover.
Hey, it's funny you say that because we're going to talk about Easter eggs next.
On Throwing Stones, Rutledge and Hamilton.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
What's your thing? Are you looking for a new, refreshing, sunny ale to ring in the summer? Or do you want to turn it up with a big, hoppy IPA? No matter the style, Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack has something for everybody. Crack open a couple of IPAs with the original hazy or the big imperial. Then bask in the sunny citrus wheat and wild sour ales. Enjoy 4 styles in 12 cans with Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack today.
Listen to me along with Matt Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win a case of Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack. The gold medal-worthy variety pack features 4 styles, 12 cans, and endless good times. Whether you like the hoppy IPAs, crisp ales, you'll enjoy anything in this party in a pack. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer. This month, it's Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack. 2:45 every single Thursday.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
The Club at Lac La Belle is the birthplace of golf in Wisconsin, with a rich history you will feel once you arrive. Experience a round at the Club at Lac La Belle. The redesigned course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. This is a golf destination that you will want to play over and over again, and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Former NFL player and Rose Bowl champion Tarek Saleh here for Carbon World Health. Carbon is much more than just another gym. They offer the best recovery in the area. Some of my favorites include red light therapy and cryotherapy. Improve your athletic performance, fitness and training results, speed up muscle recovery and reduce pain, and boost your mood with these simple and non-invasive treatments. Visit Carbon World Health today and ask for the ESPN Recovery Package. That's Carbon World Health.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
Miss Polly side, come on over tonight. You told me you don't know your feelings. Can we focus on mine? And I think I'm a hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I hope that's enough.
I referenced it before the break about Chris Webber getting a little bit of a kerfuffle. I wouldn't say a kerfuffle, but there was a little controversy at a steakhouse. So this is a story from a couple years ago. The former NBA All-Star got into it with the staff at a high-end steakhouse over whether he should get to put condiment on his steak, like A1 sauce. The restaurant informed Webber that they did not carry the steak sauce, nor would they, and I was asking about this one, whip anything up like that for him. They told him, tough cookies.
Yeah.
You could probably make something.
I mean, it's not, like, super easy to just whip up steak sauce. I can't imagine.
True, but it's Chris Webber. Like, he has millions of dollars. He probably could tip. And
I'm sure a chef could come up with something.
So, basically...
I would just make a different sauce for it.
Well, right. I mean, so, basically, Webber handled it, I think, well. I think the steak sauce... As a steak place, like...
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, you're still in the service industry and you're a business, and if someone asks for something, you should be as accommodating as possible, especially when they're millionaires.
Right. So what Webber did was he asked for the steak in a to-go container, waited for his wife to finish eating, took it home, made himself a steak sandwich, put all the steak sauce on it he wanted,
right.
And that was that. And so, I think he handled it well. I think the steak place handled it poorly. Like,
right.
You got to let it go. I get it, but
and I'm not even saying that they should be required to have A1 sauce. If you don't have it, you don't have it.
Right.
And I don't know how much, I don't know this story, so I don't know if it was, overblown about how everyone handled it in particular.
It wasn't. He wasn't burying them either. He just was on ESPN radio. They asked him about, and it kind of popped up. But he wasn't mad at the. He said, "Look, they're not going to do it for me. I'm just going to take it home." And I'm sure, I'm sure he left a good tip and just went home with this. It was fine. I think everyone handled it fine. The steakhouse a little hoity-toity, but it is what it is. And here's was his final quote on it when someone followed up with him on Twitter: "Hamburger needs ketchup. Steak needs steak sauce. I'm not European. I love sauce." He goes, "If I own a coffee shop, what, am I not going to serve cream and sugar?" Which I think is a great point to this.
Right.
That
eat it how you like it.
Exactly. And coffee places can make really great coffee that they think they've made a great cup of coffee that doesn't need any of that. But they still will allow you to put cream and sugar on there.
Yeah, I will be honest. When I first got into coffee roasting, it bothered me when I made coffee for friends.
Yeah.
And I found out that they were putting cream and sugar in it.
And I don't do that.
Because at first I was like, no, this is such good coffee. It does not need any of it. And now I've realized now it's just do what makes you happy.
Exactly. And
at the end of the day, just do what makes you happy. It doesn't matter. Jim, you don't like mustard, yellow mustard. I think that's wrong. I think there's a perfectly good time and place for yellow mustard, but it's not for me to tell you that it's good and you're wrong.
You gave me a tip, though. And I will use it next time I make burgers. To use it as part of to hold the burger together.
It's good as a binder. It's fantastic to hold seasoning on. So if you ever do a smoke, I've heard of people I've heard of mayo before, but I've definitely heard of rubbing down a brisket with yellow mustard, and then you put your brisket seasoning all over.
That makes sense because Carolina mustard with brisket is amazing, especially from our friends in North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. So you've given me a tip out of it. I learned from it.
Yeah.
So now I got now I'll figure out another way to use yellow mustard.
So maybe have some more times and places for it in the Rutledge household.
Right.
But I can say for certain it's not going to make it onto a white bread bologna sandwich.
Yes, exactly.
With American cheese.
Let's throw some stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is.
People like me.
So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
That's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
All right, let's get into it. Jim, I should give you a heads up, though. Right before the segment, Matt got in my ear and said, "You look really handsome back there today." 9.7 out of 10. So I think he's trying to butter me up. Your thoughts? You're welcome to call me handsome as well if you'd like.
You're not only handsome, you're super smart. The Adam at Madison
Thank you.
really wants us to talk twice now today. At 2:02, he sent this text, and he just sent it again. Off topic, but is anyone else going to be super upset if Joe Barry doesn't unchain Jair and let him shadow Devontae when they play the Raiders?
We talked about that last week a little bit. Yeah, I would be upset. I want to see those two go head-to-head the whole game.
There you go, Adam. He brought it up twice during the show.
Hey, if that's what's bugging him on May 17th, there's worse things to be bugged
There's an
by.
honorary stone that we threw there for Adam. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm here for it, too.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm with you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
That'd be one of the best battles all season, positional battles the Packers will stay on their schedule all season. So I'm with them on that, as we were talking a little Devontae earlier. All right, let's start here. I believe Jimmy sent this to me, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Bill Barnwell who wrote the article on ESPN.com about moves he would like to see NFL teams make this offseason yet. And a move he had for the Packers was signing veteran quarterback Carson Wentz. Matt, I'll start with you. Would you be for or against this for the Packers?
Honestly, at this point, I think I'm against it. Carson Wentz probably wouldn't command a super high dollar amount that you need to get him for, but you're already kind of in this let's go with the youngsters rebuild mode. Worst case scenario is Jordan Love goes down and you have a rookie that you drafted this year to jump in his place and get some reps. You don't know what you have in Clifford. You don't know what you have in Love. So, trying to get some, safety blanket for a season that you're already kind of chalking up to if we make the playoffs, that's a win. Why waste your money? Save it for something else. For a weapon for Love.
They're not spending that money on anything because this team is not truly serious about winning. if they were, they would sign someone like Carson Wentz. You can't roll out, and maybe they know more than everyone else does, but so far Jordan Love has not proven he's been a great quarterback. The other guy that Goody loved, Drew Lock, crap. And the thing that Sean Clifford, universally viewed as like the 24th rated quarterback in this draft by every single draft thing out there, was viewed as an undrafted QB. To have him as your backup is negligence. But I would say it like this. Not bringing in a veteran makes me believe that they don't fully believe in Jordan Love because they don't want any calling for any other quarterback. Because if Jordan Love stinks this year and Sean Clifford, is that right?
Yeah.
If he's their backup, nobody's calling for him.
Wow.
Carson Wentz is the backup.
I disagree.
I don't think anyone's calling for Carson, but I see what you're saying.
You're 2-4, and Jordan Love's the biggest reason why you lost those games. You don't want to go, or you're 6-8, and Jordan
bring in the big red dog.
And Jordan Love's the reason why you're 6-8 because he's just not doing it.
I disagree with a lot of what Jim said, but strong take. So you lead the way after one question. Well done. All right. But Matt, I'm with you. I don't think they should bring him in.
Okay.
But I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. Doesn't mean they're serious about winning. All right, let's move on. Matt, well done yesterday on the show.
Thank you.
You named two teams that you would like to see win the NBA draft lottery, and the San Antonio Spurs get it done, which means we're going to likely see, unless for some reason they don't take him or they trade the pick, we're going to see Greg Popovich's last couple of years coaching one of the best prospects in the last 20 years, Victor Wembanyama. Jim, good fit for Wembanyama. Is that exciting to see him in San Antonio?
So they've coached, Boris Diaw from France, Tony Parker from France, Manu Ginobili from Argentina, even Tim Duncan from the Virgin Islands. So they do have a great history of developing really great players. But forget the foreign-born side of it. Kawhi Leonard was there. Tim Duncan, Ginobili, obviously Parker. They've developed a lot of players. Murray with the Atlanta Hawks was a player.
David Robinson.
That was pre-Pop. But yes, I mean, they've developed a lot of players under Popovich. I would imagine that I think Pop is one of the best coaches in the history of the NBA. I think this is a perfect spot for Victor. I'm excited to see what happens there. I'm excited to see San Antonio, who I believe through all these trades they've been doing the last few years, have a lot of first-round picks over the next few years, too. So they're positioned well. They've made some nice picks prior. They're positioned well to make a jump in a couple of years. And I would love to see them back because in my lifetime, since the Bulls, it's been, I guess, the Lakers for a little bit with Kobe, San Antonio and the Warriors is the most dominant team since the Bulls.
Yeah.
Now, the last team to do a three-peat was the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. Three-peat's where it's at. That's where true champions are forged, but not everyone can do that. You got to go back to Kobe for that.
Yeah.
7 years with Pop for David Robinson, by the way, but 7 years prior without him. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I think this is a great spot. Like I said yesterday, they're great at the Spurs themselves are great at developing foreign talent. So I think Wembanyama being one of the best prospects we've seen since LeBron James, it's pretty exciting to get to experience NBA coming up and what this kid is going to be able to unfold as. Is he going to be everything he's hyped up to be, or is he going to fall a little short of expectation and still be a great player? Like it's all really fun stuff.
3 bonus points for getting that right yesterday. Nicely done.
I love this game.
I'm actually keeping track of points today, which I rarely do. So
What? You rarely do that?
You didn't know that?
No, I thought it was
I just hit the button a lot.
I thought it was a structured game.
No, 7-5 right now. All right, Jim.
Yeah.
Let's move on. The Badgers once again announced there's about 100 days until their football season, so all over the state they're doing a scavenger hunt for tickets and autographed items and other things like they did last year. And yesterday I was playing Bar League Volleyball where they have laser tag. So I'm curious. Those are two things that sound still very appealing to me as an adult. The scavenger hunt and laser tag. Which would you rather participate in as an adult?
I would go with laser tag. I don't like the escape rooms, so I don't like this false premise of needing to find something or why am I creating just weird obstacles for myself? Can you just tell me where it is? But I do like the laser tag part of it. I do think that's really fun. I think I would put paintball in front of laser tag. Mainly because the last time I played laser tag, it's just still very hit or miss. It seems like maybe a higher end place has better laser tag, but when you shoot, are you actually hitting someone? It seems very arbitrary, but maybe that's because I think the last place I played it was up in the Dells.
There's
so
a place
I
in
would
Madison
go.
that
I would go
has
laser tag.
a CO2 cartridge so you can feel recoil.
Oh, very cool. That'd be awesome. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, laser tag.
I do really enjoy laser tag, but for the most part, laser tag is kind of booty, like you were saying, Jim. Like, unless they have some sort of gimmick to make it feel a little bit more realistic. That's why I'm going to go scavenger hunt. Something you can do with your friends. I've done like kind of a statewide one where we sent like one car to one part of the state, southern part of the state. I went to another southern part of the state for where we thought these clues might be. It was like a geocache scavenger hunt kind of thing. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but yeah, it was like you had to go to different spots throughout the state. There was stuff.
Can I ask a question?
hidden.
Anyone playing have children?
Huh?
Anyone playing this game have children?
Yeah, it was actually a team bonding thing. The first year I played with one of these guys from our men's team. Yeah, he had newborns then too.
Oh my God, what a waste of his time.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
it sounds horrendous.
To drive 17-year-old Matt around southern Wisconsin to try and find like Highway X.
First of all, you said two things I hate: team building and then scavenger hunts. I was never more miserable than when I had to do a team building exercise
I didn't really
here
know the guy,
at ESPN
but we were
Madison.
Spend traveling like months
and
on
we
the
had
road.
to do an escape room.
All right, we're out
You
of
don't
time.
like escape rooms?
Nah, I agree. I don't.
So stupid.
Not a big fan.
Oh, I like escape rooms.
All right, we should go. I've only gone once, but I didn't love my time there. But it may have been the group I was with.
We're just going to be standing around and Matt's going to be like, let's get
All right, here we go. Okay. I have you guys tied.
We're trapped, son. Nuclear war coming.
I have you both at 8 points, and we're out of time, so we're going to do this as a tiebreaker. Today is a national state day, one of the states. It's their national day. Each of you name a state. Whoever's geographically closer, you win.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to go with Kentucky.
Okay, Matt?
Okay, if Jim goes with Kentucky, I can take anything to the south with Tennessee and basically anything to the west. So I'm going to go Tennessee.
I don't know the answer of which one's geographically closer to Idaho. I think Kentucky would be, so Jim is your winner. Am I wrong?
Well, hey, you're the one.
I
I want
picked Tennessee because I think I get closer west.
He's the arbiter. If he has
Idaho's
poor,
north.
Yes, it is north of it.
Well, yeah, it's northwest. I'm going to look it up.
But if I'm north of you, I got it. I got the win. You're the loser. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the official barbecue and seafood and smokehouse of Rutledge and Hamilton. Make sure to listen every Wednesday for your chance to win a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Join the club that offers you more. Prairie Athletic Club. Hi, it's Sarah Tauscher, and my family loves the Prairie Athletic Club. Check out all that the Pack has to offer, including their fitness classes like CrossFit, Pilates, and hot yoga, to name a few. No other health club offers you more for your money, offering over 150 group fitness classes per week, plus indoor pools, basketball courts, and so much more. Stop by Prairie Athletic Club today or visit them at prairieathletic.com to check out their membership specials. That's prairieathletic.com.
Watch PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and Wisconsin native Steve Stricker, at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to University Ridge Golf Course in Madison, Friday, June 9th through Sunday, June 11th. AmFam Champ Week will also include an exciting concert featuring Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, Friday, June 9th. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Toscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Are you ready for a new shower this spring? Well, if you are, Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned business in Wisconsin for 150 years. Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit kswisconsin.com to request your free quote and tell them that I sent you. Again, that's kswisconsin.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Carol and Deerfield chimes in. Alex, Jim is right. If the Packers have any success this year, it will be a pleasant surprise to the front office. Would you turn on your microphone?
I think it would too. And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Presented by Coors Light. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Alex Strope with us as well. I said this earlier, Carson Wentz. So, 844-77.
I really hope not.
So you would prefer no veteran backup?
Yeah. Because we're already... Here's the thing. If Jordan
so you don't
Love,
want to win.
Worst case scenario, well, it's not necessarily that I don't want to win. I do think Jordan Love is capable of a handful of wins, if not more.
But a lot of quarterbacks, I mean...
No, so what I'm getting at, Jim, if he gets hurt and then we go out and we're terrible because we have Sean Clifford playing, that's still going to benefit us in the future with a better draft pick.
Counterpoint. How in God's name does that benefit Romeo Doubs or Christian Watson or Torrey or... Reed from Michigan State.
I guess
the two
that's
tight
a good
ends
point.
you drafted.
Like, those guys probably don't develop as well with Sean Clifford.
Do you owe anything to Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon? Because you're not serious about winning if you're rolling out Sean Clifford.
Yeah, but, like, are you serious about winning with rolling out Jordan Love with Carson Wentz as your backup? Like, you're still not serious about winning.
You're
serious about having a guy that can do exactly what you think you're hoping can do exactly what you think.
If your season went better than expected, and let's say you're 500 halfway through and Jordan Love misses 4 games, you are done. Probably 0-4 if Sean Clifford comes in. Carson Wentz gets you maybe 2-2, and now you're still in it when you go back to Jordan Love. It's the same idea of not bringing back Mason Crosby tells me the Packers are not serious about winning. They're not actively trying to tank. But they're not taking steps to win football games. Teams that want to win football games have a capable backup quarterback. The Packers had that the last few years with Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. You can at least sell yourself on a first-round pick, should be capable of playing if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt.
Right.
Mason Crosby, if you're trying to win games with a young QB who's most likely to struggle putting the ball in the end zone, because that's the toughest thing to do inside, that red zone area, or even 30 yards in. So now you got a kicker that you can rely on from 45 in. Mason Crosby's one of the best to ever do it from 45 in.
35 in.
No, 40. Come on.
Well, no, because
45
puts you at a 55-yard field goal.
I'm talking 45-yard field goal.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 45-yard field goal in. Then
he's automatic.
So those are points. And if you're trying to eke out games, if you believe your defense and running game can eke out wins for you while Jordan Love develops, you need Mason Crosby. And if you think that you have a chance to win a division, you should have a capable backup QB. Now, if you don't want Carson Wentz, that's fine. But to not want a veteran, that's telling me if Love goes down, your season's done, and you don't care.
And that, honestly, if Love goes down, I'm fine with this season being a draft pick season.
844-770-3776. Do you want a veteran to back up Jordan Love? Because it also tells me if you have a guy, and Carson Wentz doesn't get people super excited, but if you had a guy like Carson Wentz or even Matt Ryan, I don't know, Matt went into the booth, but he has not officially retired.
Studio.
I
don't think he's going to be like Greg Olson. I think he's going to be like a studio person. That's my understanding. I could be wrong, though.
Sometimes you correct me. This little part is wildly insignificant.
Well,
Booth
you said in
studio.
the booth.
Okay. Got it?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is you chimed in with like, I am like 70% sure you're wrong. I'm not totally sure you're wrong.
70%. I think it said studio analyst. Did it not?
It's insignificant.
I just want to be factually accurate on this program. That's literally my job, to be factually accurate. That's why I corrected you when you called Mike White Zach White
and
earlier.
that one's fine.
I like
It's his
being
name.
factually correct.
Yeah, it's not annoying at all. That part is fine. This one is stupid. The name one, that's his name.
We can't be fake news, Jim. We don't want misinformation on this program.
He just derailed it for.
He makes a good point.
Thank you, Matt.
Derailed it for pointless information. Regardless, do you want a veteran?
No.
So you'd prefer either win with Jordan Love or lose without him.
Yes.
844-770-3776. I think that's what the Packers
And
are
that's
saying.
purely for the draft pick, because even if I do believe in Love, there's no reason to go ahead and get a veteran, because if he does go down, I can get pieces to put around him at better draft spots. Or I can move back from that better draft spot and get more picks to put more pieces around him. So if Love goes down, it's going to be one of those blessings in disguise if he was able to show you what he's capable of, and you can make a comfortable decision, I want to go with Jordan Love next year, or we don't want to go on, we need to move on. If you can get to that conclusion before Jordan Love goes down, it could be the best thing for the Packers. It could be.
The Packers clearly don't want to have any QB controversies.
I think the second they know what Jordan Love is, they should heavily consider what the best route is.
Alex sabotaged me with his pointless information. What I was trying to get at was, if the Packers don't sign a veteran, I really think part of their motivation is they don't want any calls for anyone else to play, because nobody's calling for Sean Clifford. Do you know how bad Jordan Love would have to be for you to call for Sean Clifford? So everyone loves the backup quarterback unless it's Sean Clifford. Like, that's the best thing the Packers have done, because
Until Sean Clifford does something crazy in preseason.
They've already screwed Jordan Love over by giving him no, true veteran weapons. You can't call Watson and Dobbs veterans.
Right.
And tight end doesn't have it either, so they've already screwed him over like that.
He's got his Aaron Jones as a
They've already screwed, but as far as a guy to have
Aaron Jones, that's it.
And you're still going to hand the ball off to him mostly. And then you look at the rest of it here for the Packers. They don't have all of his contract is tied to wins in his performance. So they're like, go out, win us a bunch of games, and put up a bunch of stats, and we'll pay you. But we're not going to do anything for you to win these games or apply veterans to help you put up more numbers. That's not going to happen. But go ahead and do it. Be one of one, and you'll get decent quarterback pay.
Maybe they're saying either you can put the team on your back and get the wins and get this bonus, or you're going to prove to us.
It's not even a bonus.
Or you're going to prove to us that you're a capable player, and we can put players around you after the fact.
That contract for Jordan Love is so, it screws him so hard.
This contract was, we don't know what you are. Right. We're sorry we drafted you when we did.
Truly amazing to get that money. And it's only $2 million more than the original guaranteed money. Now, they weren't going to give him the guaranteed money, obviously. But, the incentives are well, we were going to guarantee you $20.5 million if we picked a fifth-year option. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to pay you $13 million guaranteed, and then if you ball out, unprecedented, we haven't seen here out of a guy this young, because Aaron Rodgers went 6-10 his first year starter, we'll give you $22.5 million.
I mean, this was Jordan Love being a victim of situation. He kind of got screwed over by the Packers in the way he got drafted and when he got drafted. COVID didn't help anything. And that contract was the Packers essentially saying, hey, we screwed up. Here's some guaranteed money. This is essentially our fifth-year option for you. And this is our way of covering our butts, but also giving you a chance to potentially do a little bit better than that fifth-year option. I know it's crazy.
Literally a little bit better.
A little bit. I mean,
all you got to do is to get all this money, win an MVP and go to the Super Bowl. That's it, man. And then we'll give you $2.5 million than we were going to originally give you.
$2.5 million is a lot of money.
Rip and Rona chimes in. I'm going to disagree with you on this. Everyone loves the backup QB is such a Bears thing to say. I've never felt that way. It is an NFL thing to say. Unless you have Rodgers, Mahomes, Allen, unless you have one of the elites, everyone loves the backup quarterback. That is it.
Even with Rodgers, everybody
loved Tim Boyle. Everybody loved Matt Flynn. I think, especially
People
at the
wanted
beginning,
Chase Wolf last year with the Badgers.
People loved Kurt Benkert, of course.
Yeah.
People loved Brett Hundley. I mean, I've told this story a million times. When I worked in the lids at Bay Park Square Mall in Green Bay, the Shopko, when those still existed, had a bunch of Brett Hundley jerseys for sale constantly right after he was drafted out of UCLA. So I think you're right? Like, you have Rodgers, so you don't want to see the backup quarterback necessarily.
Yeah.
But
it's
you still love him.
It's a football saying, though, too.
Doug Peterson.
Right. It's a football saying. Like, in Wisconsin, like, Graham Mertz, people were calling for Chase Wolf. Anyone but the quarterback. It's not a Chicago thing. There's plenty of reasons to dunk on the Bears. This is an NFL saying. And a college football saying, too. If your quarterback ain't getting it done, I guarantee people are start asking about Locke, the Badgers' backup quarterback, if Mordecai doesn't start getting it done for the Badgers this year. I promise you.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Nitty Gritty, home of the award-winning Gritty Burger and the official birthday place. Enjoy a unique list of craft cocktails and craft beer in downtown Madison, Middleton, and Sun Prairie. The Nitty Gritty, a tradition since 1968. Only 4 teams remain in the NHL playoffs, and 3 former Badgers are still hoping to skate their way to the Stanley Cup final. Derek Stepan is a center for the Carolina Hurricanes, who are preparing for a semifinal matchup beginning Thursday against the Florida Panthers. Stepan played with the Badgers from 2008 to 2010. The Dallas Stars are getting ready for a Western Conference showdown with the Las Vegas Knights and hold 2 former Badgers on their roster, including Joe Pavelski and Ryan Suter, who were teammates in 2004 at Wisconsin.
Get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and have everything installed in as little as a day. Visit PellaWI.com.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, where vintage racing lives on. Experience the sights, sounds, and smells from motorsport's pioneering age in historic Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Road America's 2023 season offers numerous opportunities to watch vintage race cars take the iconic 4-mile road course. The SVRA Vintage Festival Weekends opens the 2023 season May 19th through the 21st. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
Big trailers and big opportunity. Since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business, providing a professional yet casual work environment in Stoughton, Evansville, and Broadhead. If you're looking for your hard work to be rewarded with competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities, Stoughton Trailers is the spot for you. Positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity.
Sign-ups are now open for the inaugural ESPN Madison Open. Head to ESPNMadisonOpen.com to purchase your foursome today. The ESPN Madison Open tees off on July 17th at Trapper's Turn in the Wisconsin Dells. We've partnered with Coors Light and the Catch Foundation for this exclusive event, and now you can experience it too. You'll enjoy food, drinks, and swag while getting in 18 holes of golf with Wisconsin sports stars like Mark Tauscher and Matt Hamilton. When spots are limited, head to ESPNMadisonOpen.com. That's ESPNMadisonOpen.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
I should be scared, honey, maybe so. But I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive. 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods. Dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it.
I'm not saying I have the flu, but this is kind of like, I need to be carried off maybe a little bit, like Hamilton's my Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan, as I am suffering through this head cold right now. Hey, Matt, we're doing a radio show currently So if you want to turn on your actual mic and put on your headset, that'd be a great way.
What are we doing here?
I was just letting you run because you're having
You weren't
your
even in
Michael
the
Jordan
room.
flu game. What are you talking about?
The bump started and you walked out.
It was just a quick second. I had to take care of something.
What'd you have to take care of?
I had to kick a ball. There was a ball on the ground that needed kicking. I'm here now.
Hey, but you won't be tomorrow, or Friday, or Monday, or Tuesday.
I'm glad I let people know about it.
Yeah, really advanced on that one, yeah.
Well, you knew about it. You were aware.
I am aware, but
He also doesn't make the schedule.
Yeah, I don't make the schedule. Is making the schedule make you the boss?
No, I actually said that yesterday.
Who is the boss of Matt Hamilton?
Tom.
Matt Hamilton.
Tom.
And Jen.
Jen Hamilton, actually. Yeah, that's
Jen Hamilton is the answer, and maybe the only answer.
Yeah, I might go with Jen.
What about you? Where do you rank on that list?
He's still pretty high up.
Where do
I'll look
I
up to
where do
Jen.
I rank on that list?
Below me. I'm like your boss.
Nah, that ain't true at all.
What?
Jim's much more my boss than you are.
Oh, I agree with that for sure. I think of Jim more like my boss than.
I'd like to just have an ambiguous nature here. Like, that's how I like to operate. I'll just come and go as I please. We'll do the radio show, and I'll do my other thing, and then...
See, that's what I try to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clearly.
but you're not a good you do not do a good job of communicating that. Unlike Jim.
Wrong.
Jim is a better communicator than you are.
This is like the first time in this year that
Matt.
I haven't given you a
Matt.
proper heads up.
Incorrect.
Have you told Jesse, or is it on me? Because I believe I'm sending an email after the show. We're out Friday, June 2nd. You know that, right?
Yeah, but that was on you.
Where are you going
It's
to
not
be?
on me. We're golfing with a friend of the show. And so we set up, Scalzo's coming with us. We're all going to golf. And I don't feel confident we'll be done in time. So it'd be better to have someone fill in. So I'm
Yeah.
going to email Jesse and tell him. But I'm guessing I have to tell him for Matt
Yes,
as well.
that would be great.
So
If you
I've got to
could-
do the show that day by myself, or can I come?
No, you're not invited. Scalzo's taking your spot.
After 8 total whiffs, you're gonna have to.
We're at a country club.
Yeah, you're gonna have to improve your game a little bit more before you get invited.
So
I have to figure out if there's a dress code.
My volleyball team.
A country
that I play
club in
with,
the North Shore
the North Shore.
of Wisconsin.
How far is the North Shore?
It's in Milwaukee.
That's where I grew up. Mequon, Cedarburg.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, area. So it's a little fancy.
Yeah.
My volleyball team I play with on Tuesday nights, bunch of big golfers, unlike me. One of them happened to see the video on Twitter. So that was the talk of last night.
Well,
And
of
what-
course,
go-
it was brutal.
Go on.
Well, I showed them all the unfiltered version of that video,
Okay.
and they were all very complimentary of Matt's coaching ability, as he was being very kind. They all said the same thing. He's being way nicer than I would have been.
Matt is very kind on the golf course.
He really is. He really is. And they were all like, after 3, we're done. You're getting back in the cart. He
Did
gave
you
me 8.
explain to them that you did it again?
No. Why would I do that? I actually told them I golfed pretty well for my standards outside of that.
I mean,
Other
other
than
than
that,
that
Mrs.
one
Lincoln,
other
that was
time,
the
yeah, you're right. You did do fine after you got through those 2 phases of the yips.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Do you want to go golfing with? What is worse, the yips that he had, or almost maiming a human being at X Golf?
Okay, you're dramatic about that one, too.
Oh, maiming somebody.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
Putting someone else's life in danger is always going to be worse than just missing the ball.
844-770-3776, which is more of a wild story from Alex Stroh, missing a combined probably 16
Oh,
true swings.
that's not real.
Well, it's 8 first and at least 5 or 6 on the second.
It was
so
4.
The favorite part on the second one, if we gave like a retroactive play-by-play, is a par 3, hole number 3 at University Ridge. And Alex Stroh went out there, this is after he had the big misses, went out there and whiffed, we'll say 6 times conservatively. But after like 1 or 2, you stepped in, and then 2 more, our friend Steve checked in. And when Alex finally hit it, it literally went boop, boop, boop off
yeah,
the tee.
Like
you
barely
literally-
made it off the box.
Right. Like, probably went about 4 inches.
Legendary.
Sometimes that's enough, sometimes it's not. This has been Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Scalzo and Bruss will tell you all about it next.
See ya.